In the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. As Muhammad, peace be upon him, narrated, if anyone travels on a road in search of knowledge, Almighty Allah will cause him to travel on one of the roads of paradise. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tariq Masood. Thank you very much for watching my videos and your wonderful support to make this channel a grand success. We are a family, a partner. Please share and subscribe our channel if you haven't done so far. We as a team can work together to convert challenges into opportunities, the opportunities into success stories. These success stories can be monetized into world by large. Okay, today I'm going to discuss my lecture number 2 on fluid catalytic cracking FCC unit, a startup procedure. Before my lecture, I used to read a Quranic verse. قال ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربي زدني علما. O my Lord, open my chest and ease my task for me, and loose a knot from my tongue that they may understand my saying. Allahumma rabbi zidni ilma, O Allah, advance me in my knowledge and true understanding. Okay. Fluid catalytic cracking, lecture number 2, initial startup procedure. Okay. Key takeaway points from lecture number 2, initial startup procedure. We have already discussed hydrostatic pressure testing. Now we are working on a plant inspection. So later on we will discuss commissioning of utilities, final inspection of vessels, flushing of lines and equipment, inspection and running in of pumps, break in compressors, service and calibrate instrument, dry out of fired heaters, leak testing, reactor regenerator dry out, catalyst loading, purging and gas blending. Okay, plant inspection pumps. So the following items should be checked for all pumps against P&Is and vendor strands. Number 1, piping to be arranged to permit a removal or replacement of pump and driver. Number 2, piping independently supported from pump. Pump will not be pulled out of alignment when lines get hot. No vapor pocket in the piping. Number 3, suction strainers easily removed for cleaning. Strainers fit well so no bypassing can occur. Strainers have been installed. Number 4, discharge pressure gauge readable from discharge block valve. Number 5, suction discharge valves easily accessible and operable and near to the pump. Accessibility of the auxiliary piping and controls. Next, check that NPSH net positive suction head requirements have been met. Warm-up lines provided across discharge check valves when pumping hot fluid. Base place groutings complete. Steam tracing and insulation provided on suction discharge lines if required. A pump, a casing and process seal flush lines as required. Minimum flow bypass with suction surface if required. All seal oil warm-up extra lines have flanged connection and valves permits. So next is a centrifugal pump. Side flow indications if required. Inlet, outlet, shut-off valves on cooling water lines. Thermometers, pressure gauges for gland seals and flushing oil manifolds. Restrictions orifices if required present in seal flush manifold piping. Pedestals on pumps operating over a 500 degree F or 260 degree C should be water cooled. Okay, next is reciprocating. Okay, reciprocating pumps. The reciprocating pumps or vendor information should be checked against the specifications to verify agreement on the following points. Number 1, head capacity, minimum or normal and maximum. Material of constructions of body, glands, plungers, diaphragm, packing, internal check valves. Next, cooling, lubrication systems, pressure or temperature rating. Relief valve setting must be bench tested. Pump speed and stroke. Pulsations suppression devices if required. means for calibrating the pump's flow rate should be investigated. Okay, next is the centrifugal compressor. Okay, centrifugal compressor. Following items should be checked in the field. Number one, material of construction, flange type rating, and facing conformity of a compressor applicable a pipe specification. Number two, instrumentations for conformity to design specification, location, operability. Number three, lube seal oil system operability of all site flow indication instrumentation pump, including auto start, filters, coolers, compressor tips, reservoirs, a seal oil pot, etc. That addition and withdrawal of seal lube oil to from reservoir can be performed. Next, general cleanliness of all process and lube seal oil systems and of the journals, area cleaning. Insulations as required for heat retention and personal protection. Check for access to shower oil and compressor casing drains and that those drains are routed to a safe location. Last, a proper support on suction discharge piping. Okay, next is the instrumentation. Instrument type, range and size, material of construction and rating of instrument, accessories and connections, piping, flanges and valves. Number three, accessibility of instrument for routing, checks and maintenance, rigid mounted, installation according to a correct drawings detail. Accessories, pulsations, dampers, filter, regulator, diaphragm, seals, access flow checks, seal pots, etc. Location of local indicators so they are readable for grade, plate or the controller assemblies as required. Process requirement of the flow, temperature, pressure, differential pressure, specific gravity, etc. Controller type, number of modes, chart type, range, cascades, power requirements of the voltage, frequency, emergency power supply and connections. Calibration of controller, transmitters, analyzers, a special instrument, control valves, block and a bypass valve size for control valves assemblies. Okay, plant inspection. Next is a catalyst, a chemical inventory. Okay, first is catalyst. It must be verified that the sufficient quantities of catalyst, fresh and equilibriums are on the site, are in good condition and are properly stored, for example, in drums, indoors and on pellets to prevent a contact with moisture. Next, it must be verified that all equipment required to load the catalyst is on site and in good condition. Okay, chemicals. It must be verified that the proper types and quantities of chemicals such as potassium, phosphate, floccunt, caustic soda are on the site and stored properly. Okay. Next is a special inspection reactor regenerator section. Smooth startup will depend to a large degree on the thoroughness with which the unit is checked out beforehand. Every installation detail must be checked against the UOP design specification because I'm discussing this unit UOP, so I will talk about UOP design specification and standards and for good construction practice. Okay, so few topics we are going to discuss in my next lecture that we intend to assist in this procedure. Thank you very much for your precious time. This is my last slide. Conclusion. Today we have discussed pumps, centrifugal and reciprocating, compressors, instrumentation, catalyst and chemical inventory. Together everyone achieve more. Thank you very much for your precious time. Please send me your feedback, comments t.masood.dr@bath.edu. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay blessed.